Welcome to the channel. It's Almighty Did, and I'm here to tell y'all I have learned from my mistakes when it comes to passing on this game. I've been playing on Heisman for the first 3 days of the game, and I'm going to show y'all some of the best passing settings that you can have that I like to play on and break them down as well as give y'all some tips on how to pass and how to complete passes and how to remain composed, especially on higher difficulties on this game. Because when I tell you, playing on Heisman, they will make you pay on this game. And not only will you throw interceptions, those interceptions will quickly turn to pick sixes. Because trust me, if you do not have on the most applicable pass settings for your play style and your player, and you mess up a pass, the defense will make you pay. But first things first, let's go to the options and review the pass settings that they have. At number one, they have a new passing type called Revamped passing. Now, personally, I think this can be one of the best passing types in the game once you get good at it. But starting off, since you have to control the arc, the pass, the timing, and the accuracy of leading the pass, you may not want to use this one starting off, because if you make mistakes with this passing system by holding the button too long or too short, you might not have enough power on it. You might throw too much power on the pass, and you might throw the pass behind your receiver, which leads to a lot of interceptions. But if you're someone that gets good at placing the ball, it could easily be the best, and it's definitely a lot better if you have a good quarterback like somebody from Georgia who's one of the top quarterbacks in the game. But if you don't have an elite quarterback, I may not recommend this passing type unless you are definitely elite at using it, because if you make mistakes just like that, it's a pick. Now, it is important to know that no matter which passing type that you have, on the hardest difficulty especially, you have windows to throw the ball. It's not a very big window to fit that ball in there. So you need to throw the ball at the perfect time on the perfect break. Mind you, I'm in practice mode. So if I throw the ball at the same time repeatedly as soon as I break on the route, you should be open for a touchdown, like right here, for example. But if you throw it too early, if you lead it to the wrong way, if you don't put enough power on it, if you don't lead them to the right spot, there's a lot of things you can get wrong using the revamped passing system. But if you're elite and you're consistent, then hey, it'll be a very good method to use throwing the ball. But for me, I think out of all the passing types, it's just the easiest to make mistakes, because you have a lot more room for error on the different trajectories that you want to throw the ball, and especially the power. Now, if you get a blue, that's a good pass. Yellow is okay. Red is going to be bad. If it's red, you're going to throw it behind you, and you're going to miss the throw pretty much. I'm not going to say it's not going to be complete, but if you're running a route like this and it's behind you, it'll most likely be an interception, because you can see the DBs have good recovery time. So if you throw a bad pass, these elite DBs, especially on Ohio State, will make you pay for that. Now, the next passing type that I want to go over, which is one of my favorites thus far, because I do think that is the most forgiving, even though it does pretty similar to revamped passing, but you don't have to worry about the power as much because it focuses on placement and accuracy, and that's what I like to focus on. So it's kind of a more typical approach to the game. And as you can see there, you can throw a bad pass, but it's definitely a lot more forgiving than the revamped passing system, because I feel like it's a bit easier to get greens in these windows, and then the accuracy allows you to kind of lead with the left stick. Whereas if you want to modify the passing accuracy with the left trigger or L2 on PlayStation, you could do that as well. But just holding the left stick to lead your receiver to the middle of the field with the passing and accuracy system seems to work pretty well for me, and especially on throwing on breaks, the ball seems to get to where it needs to get to consistently. So pretty much to say, it feels like it's less of a manual effort with the passing and accuracy, especially with an elite quarterback. Now, let's say you have a less skilled quarterback. Maybe the revamped passing center may be a little bit better, because you could manually place the ball in positions if you have the stick skills. But if you mess that up, you will be turning that ball over quite frequently. Trust me, because when I first started off, I was using that revamped passing, and I was throwing those interceptions downfield. Now, as a quick tip for you all, you will not always have a lot of time to throw the ball. The D linemen on this game can get pretty vicious, and you need to be able to hit the players as soon as they come out of their breaks at the right time and time it perfectly. Your timing has to be good, and you need to be able to step up in the pocket. Now, this is the classic passing system. I think this one is by far the easiest, but it does not give you that much control over the throw power. I mean, if you hold the button down, you'll throw a bullet, and if you tap it, it'll be a lot, but you don't really have that in between with this selection. But it is pretty good. It is pretty standard if you know you're throwing to somebody wide open. But I personally wouldn't recommend this one. Because you won't be able to place the ball in tight windows like I'll show y'all later on in the video. But like I was saying earlier, when you're playing against these vicious D linemen, you cannot always just continue to drop back. You need to step up in the pocket. That is one of the things that I noticed in the game when I first started playing. I would just continue to drop back and try to throw the ball downfield, and I was getting sacked. I was getting sacked. You need to be able to take 3 or 4 steps, step up, and make a throw at times. Once you get comfortable doing this, this will take your passing to the next level. Once you get comfortable being blitzed and learning how to set your blocking alignments to pick up the blitz, you will improve. But you need to take all of these factors into account, especially if you're trying to throw the ball downfield. Be sure to step up in the pocket. Now, if you have a scrambling quarterback, now obviously I'm playing with Georgia. I do not have a scrambling quarterback. You may be able to get out of some of those situations, but that could be very, very hit or miss because, like I said, the D line on this game, they are on a mission, especially if they have a star under their name. If they have a star under their name, they're going to come after you very, very quickly, and you may not be able to escape. Now, I'm going to change the play because I was running verts against cover 2, but you also do need to know how to attack cover 3, and I think it's a very good to attack cover 3 and learn how to get some of these accurate passes in tough situations. Now, of course, throwing a drag route is pretty safe against cover 3 because the linebackers drop back. But I will say on this game that the defenders have good reactions to their zone. So if they see you running right in front of them, they will react or they may drop back depending on where they are on the field. But I strongly suggest that you hunt mismatches. If you understand that they're not in the nickel or dime format with an extra DB, as you can see, I have a star tight end on with Georgia, so he's definitely going to outrun that linebacker right there. Take advantage of those mismatches, especially if you have a faster player, because a lot of times they'll be able to outrun the zone, they'll be able to outrun the man, and that's where you want to attack on defense. Like in real life, you hunt mismatches. And if you find a mismatch, you take advantage of it. Something I definitely recommend that all of you try to find and do because that will help you even against some of these tougher defenses. Now, I'm here to show y'all that even against great defense, if you throw the perfect pass and you add the right amount of height and arc on the ball, if you want to throw the ball a bit higher using LB or L1 on PlayStation, you can complete great passes against very good coverage. And as you can see here, I threw a decent pass, but the defender's all over me. He deflects it. I have to angle it and time it a bit better. If you get the timing right, because you can see there is a window to throw that pass there, but you have to place it just perfectly because the window is small and you have to throw towards the sideline, which is very tough, and in the corner towards the end zone. So there's a very, very small window. But on this game, you can make and you can complete this pass. As you can see there, I throw it up. The defender just missed. I put just enough height on the ball, and that's a touchdown. That just goes to show that it can be done on here. And you see me try to make this play over and over again multiple times. It takes practice. I'm going to be honest with you. It takes practice, but it can be done, and it can be done more than once, especially if you have a good player on the outside over there, man. So I hope y'all learned something from this video, and y'all take these tips and these tricks, y'all apply them to y'all game, because trust me, it will definitely help you take your game to the next level. But anyways, if you enjoyed this video, hit that like button, subscribe if you're new. Until next time, Densky out.